Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the video lecture of Power Electronics and Instrumentation, module number one. Today, we are going to see how the power electronic converters are helpful, okay, from the application point of view. Okay, in the previous video lecture, I have explained about what is power electronic converter, what are the various power electronic converters on their operations and the signals what we obtain when we process the signal, okay, in any of the power electronic devices. So today we will see some of the other important aspects of the power electronics and their in detailed few features. Okay, so before going to the detailed study about the applications, okay, so I want to just show you here the power and frequency ratings of the power electronic devices. Okay, now at the very beginning of this power electronics chapter, okay, I have just listed out few of the power electronic devices like SCR, that is silicon control rectifier. Okay, and then we have GTO, okay, then we have MCT, we have BJT, okay, we have another power electronics called as IGBT, then we have FETs. Okay, there is a huge classification of these power electronic devices are there in the field of electronics. Okay, or you can take in terms of the power electronics. Okay, but what are these power electronics, okay, or how these power electronics are being categorized based on their frequency ratings, okay, based on their power ratings. Okay, so if you just look at this graph here, okay, so this graph is being exponentially, it is getting down, okay, or you can say there is a graph which has been decreasing when it comes to the higher frequencies. Okay, so when you take the example of this SCR, the power rating of this particular SCR will be always high, okay, as compared to field effect transistor. Okay, you just look at this particular SCR here, okay, at very less frequency or as very low frequency here, okay, at 10 raised to minus 1, okay, you are getting a very high power, okay, that is in terms of kilovolt amperes, or in terms of watts also, that is nothing but 10 raised to 5. Okay, so this SCR is giving you the very high power rating. Okay, so when you use other devices, okay, when you go for other power electronic devices like you have IGBT, you have MCT, GTO, their power ratings get declines. Okay, you can see it is reduced to 12 volt, it is reduced to 6 volt. Okay, then 6 kilovolt with 600 of ampere, 2 kilovolt 1.5, and when you make use of this FET, you may have 1 kilovolt, that is 200 amperes of current. Okay, but the frequency of utilization of these power electronics will be in terms of 10 raised to 6. It is more as compared to the SCR. Okay, so therefore, whenever the frequency is more, okay, but the utilization of the power of those particular devices is very less. Okay, so therefore this power electronics in this power electronics family or the power electronic devices, okay, based on the power and the frequency rating, we try to choose the devices. Okay, I will tell you how to choose those particular devices, okay, once it comes to the application part. Okay, so let us see how these power electronic devices gives us some ideal characteristics, okay, of or simply you can take as a switch. Okay, basically the operation of the switch is nothing but on and off. Okay, it is not only on and off, it gives you some meaning. Okay, what happens when the device is turned on, what happens what if the device is turned off. Okay, so the basic ideal characteristics of this ideal switch is nothing but to turn on and off in zero time. Okay, without taking much of the time, the devices get off. Okay, but there are some other devices in the electronics where there will be some amount of delay. Okay, when you turn on, it will not turn on immediately. Okay, and there are few devices in the field of electronics where it will take some amount of time, in either it is in terms of the microseconds or in terms of nanoseconds, okay, or in terms of seconds also, okay, to turn off the devices. Okay, so therefore, just to turn on or be turned off in zero time, that is nothing. These power electronics are very, you can say they are very fast. Ideally, they are fast. Okay, but the time is not mentioned here. Okay, then When the particular switch is in the on state, what does this mean is zero voltage drop. There is no any voltage drop because of the high current. Okay, or simply you can say that when there is a zero voltage drop, you get a very maximum current. Okay, because you are not having any kind of a drop in the sense there is no loss of voltage, no loss of current. Okay, when there is no loss of voltage here, or there is no zero, there is no any voltage drop which is occurring in the on state, it means that I am getting full current. Okay, full current in the sense that your efficiency of operation of that particular device is very good. Okay, so therefore these ideal characteristics says that when the device is on the on state, we get high current. If it is in the off state, it will withstand to high voltages, or you can simply call it as zero current flow. There is no any flow of current when there is the device is in completely off state. Okay, then zero power dissipation. Zero power dissipation in the sense you may feel some kind of the heat, okay, which is being dissipated from the IC, dissipated from the devices. Okay, we just take an example of your mobile phone. Okay, when you put the mobile phone onto the charge, okay, after some amount of time, the mobile will start heating up. Okay, when the mobile gets start heating up, you may feel the heat at the back panel of the mobile phone. Okay, why? Because there is a heat dissipation. Okay, why there is a heat dissipation? Because there is a consumption of the power which is being done by the mobile phone. Okay, so due to that consumption of the power, okay, the mobile phone is emitting the heat, so that you may feel some amount of heat. But when it comes to the power electronic devices, they are designed in such a way that even there is no flow of current, okay, or no power which is being utilized, but okay, then there will be no any dissipation. Okay, or simply call it as a zero power dissipation. Okay, then we have little power for the controlling. Okay, if I want to control my device, that is nothing but to turn on the device or to turn off the device, I don't require the huge amount of power to turn on or the turn off. Okay, I require a very little amount of power, either in terms of a milliwatt, okay, or in the microwatt, just to turn off my device. Okay, so this is the another important characteristics of the power electronic switch. Okay, then they are very highly reliable. Okay, they are small in size, less in weight, and you have zero maintenance cost. Okay, so whenever the device which comes in small in size and weight is very less, okay, obviously there will be a very small amount of small maintenance which can be uh, carried out, or which can be used, okay, when it comes to such type of device characteristics. Okay, now coming to the advantages of the power electronic converters. Okay, what are the various advantages? Because we have studied what are the power electronic converters in our previous video lecture. Okay, that is AC to DC, AC to AC, and the another combination is DC to DC and DC to AC. So total 4 power electronics converters we have studied. Okay, after studying those 4 converters, what are the various advantages given by those particular power electronic devices? Okay, the first advantage here is high efficiency. What do you mean by the high efficiency? Is nothing but whatever the input you are giving, okay, you are obtaining the maximum amount of output at the output terminal of that particular device, or you can simply call it as load. Okay, that is why the reason they are very highly efficient. Then the second point here is they are very highly reliable. Okay, right, highly reliable, highly flexible. Okay, you can call any of these particular names. Then they have long life and less maintenance. Okay, though power electronic converters, they have very long life. Okay, in the sense the damage of those particular devices is very less. Okay, so whenever there is a less damage, obviously it means that the maintenance of that particular devices is very less, because you are trying to design such a power electronic devices which is very highly efficient, highly reliable, which runs for a very long amount of time. Okay, then there will be less cost maintenance or low cost maintenance. Okay, and then fast dynamic response. The meaning of the fast dynamic response here is whenever you feed the input to those particular device, it will give you the output within the fraction of second. It will not wait for a long amount of time to respond. Okay, or in the other sense, there is a very less amount of delay in those particular power electronic converters. And the last advantage here is they come in a very small size and less weight, and the cost is also very less. Then whenever there is a advantage we find with respect to the devices, okay, then we may also have some kind of drawbacks. Okay, we cannot call it as a disadvantage, we call it as a drawbacks. Okay, there is a huge difference between the disadvantages, limitations, and the drawbacks. Okay, so disadvantages can be overcome by adding or modifying the devices. Okay, still the but in when it comes to the drawbacks, okay, but still these drawbacks can be minimized but cannot be 100% eliminated. Okay, so what are the various drawbacks in the power electronics are the harmonic generating tendency. The meaning of the harmonic here is nothing but it's a kind of disturbance, it's a kind of sound, it's a kind of noise which is produced by those power electronic devices. Okay, I'll just give you one example of this such kind of devices. Okay, we may have in our home the inverters, right? Microtech inverter. Okay, along with the UPS, there is one battery. Along with that battery, we have the Microtech UPS, right? So that Microtech UPS, okay, when it connected to the main switch of the electricity or electric board, okay, you may have heard some amount of noises which is coming out from that particular battery or the Microtech inverter. And why it is so? Because there is a conversion which is going on behind those devices. Okay, so those noise which is coming from the inverter background or from the charging of the battery or because of the change in the continuous voltage, okay, it produces harmonics. Okay, so basically remember that harmonic is nothing but a small a kind of disturbance which occurs, okay, when the device is operating. Okay, so therefore there is a power electronic devices have the tendency in the sense they always try to make or try to generate some kind of harmonics. Okay, but harmonics can be suppressed by using another electronic devices, by using some noise separators, suppressions, or some kind of filters. Okay, I will give you another example with related to this harmonics is nothing but if you have visited the dam site, okay, or there is or the hydro where the electricity is generated, okay, or you just go to the KEB area, okay, you may find some kind of noise which we can hear. Okay, those particular noise is nothing but it's a kind of harmonic which is generated by that particular area. Okay, or the another example I can quote here is we just go and stand beside near the transformer area of particular home. Okay, you may have seen the TC. Okay, the basic name what we call it as a TC, right? So just go and stand beside just near to that particular area. You may hear some kind of sound, okay, or a noisy sound near that area. Okay, and why it is? It is because of the harmonics. Okay, because there is a high tension line, high voltage line which is coming to that particular green color transformer. Okay, and it will try to generate some kind of harmonics or distortion, or simply you can call it as a noise. Okay, then the second drawback here in the power electronics is the power regeneration is difficult. We cannot regenerate the power. Okay, it becomes very difficult to regenerate the power. Okay, because once power is generated, you can control the power, but you cannot generate the power so easily. Okay, so this is the another disadvantages which we may find in the field of power electronics. Okay, then the third drawback here is the low overload capacity. Okay, low overload capacity is nothing but all the power electronic devices are being specified with some amount of load. Okay, if that particular load get exceeds, okay, then there may be a chance of the device may get damaged. Okay, so that is what the another drawback here. Okay, and the last here is when it is AC to DC converter, that is nothing but the rectifier, or AC to AC converter, that is nothing but the cyclo converter. Okay, they operate at low input power factor. Okay, this is the another disadvantage because these two converters are very important converters for this particular devices. Okay, which operates at very low input power factor. Okay, I will tell you what is actually the power factor. Okay. Okay, now coming to the applications of the power electronics. Okay, if you just look at this particular diagram here, okay, you may identify some of the devices. Okay, so the first application of the power electronic devices are it can be used in electric trains. Okay, electric train. I'm telling you, train. you may have seen the trains, right? Nowadays, the trains are making locomotive trains, electric trains. Okay, they are coming. Or you can take an example of the metro, right? Or we another name for we call it as that is electric car. Okay, so we may find applications of power electronic devices in there. We have high voltage DC, that is HVDC in the towers. You may have seen the very big towers. Okay, there then the UPS. Okay, obviously we have the UPS in our laboratories. Okay, we have the UPS in our homes. Okay, we may have the UPS in the computer centers and the telephone exchange. Lot of applications are there. Okay, you may have, you can even go for the design of those UPS also. Okay, then we have a motor control. Okay, you may have seen the motors everywhere. The motors are available. Okay, you can take a basic example, that is nothing but the fan. Okay, that is you can go for the turbines. Okay, you can go for the windmill. Okay, long windmills, you can see, right? There is a generator to which the motor is being connected. Okay, there we can use. Then we have a robot. Okay, welding machines in car. Okay, then the switching power supply, which is nothing but you take an example of your SMPS or CPU. Okay, then power supply for the audio in the car. You can see that sound box system or sound system. There also we can use in refrigerator. Obviously, we will be using the transistor models in TV. Okay, then we have microwave oven, washing machine, air conditioning, okay, welding machines. These are, there is a huge applications of power electronics. Okay, where we can find the name cannot this the name power electronics cannot be highlighted much. Okay, but the benefits, the applications, okay, their advantages will play the very important role when it comes to the power electronics. Okay, life cannot be get sustained if you do not make use of those power electronic devices. Okay, if the power electronic devices does not exist, okay, in the present uh, era or the present era of our life, then we would have not used all these devices. Okay, we cannot use the washing machine, we cannot use the AC, refrigerator, microwave oven, power supply, car, TV, robotics, machines, UPS, train. Okay, lot of applications are available in terms of power electronics. Okay, so if you try to study in detail how these power electronics devices will work, okay, what is the power rating, what is the frequency rating, okay, what is the power factor, okay, what are the basic things which are required for the design of such system such that it will work effectively, then you can become a very good power electronic engineer also. Okay, so try to please concentrate more on the topics which are mentioned, okay, in the field of power electronics applications. Okay, then you can see the other applications are the industrial applications where the very big huge machines will be used. Okay, then we have in the transportation, take an example of the car and the locomotive trains or the metro trains, right? Utility systems, okay, where we can use for UPS, power supplies, any electronic equipment you may find in the power electronic devices. Okay, residential and the home appliances, take an home appliances, washing machine we have. Okay, we have microwave oven. Okay, we have mixer, we have grinders. Okay, many applications are there in the space technology, satellites. Okay, and other applications are also found in of the power electronic devices. Okay, when it comes to the sector wise, okay, if you want to go for the industrial application, these two slides are almost same but in detail. Okay, so when you go for industrial application, motor drives, electrolysis, electroplating, induction heating, this is the industrial part. Okay, when you go for the transportation, train, locomotives, subways, trolley buses, magnetic leviations, electric vehicles, automotive electronics. Okay, nowadays you may have seen the rollers, road rollers, which are used for the road constructions, right? The huge machines, huge devices, right? We there also we can use the power electronics, right? We can use in the cranes. Many are there. Okay, many examples. Okay, then utility system in the sense high voltage DC transmission, that is KEB part, flexible AC transmission. Okay, which is also called as FACTS. Okay, static VAR, that is voltage ampere reactive, harmonic separations. Okay, custom power and power quality control. Okay, all kind of power supplies in electronic equipment is telecommunication. Okay, BSNL exchanges, we also find there also the other power electronic devices. We have computers, office equipments, electronic instruments. Okay, then residential in the sense lighting, heating, air conditioner, refrigerator, cooking. You go for cleaning. Space in the sense spaceship, satellite, space vehicle. Okay, Then other application, nuclear control power system for practical accelerators. Okay, environmental engineering. Okay, so these are the various power electronic applications which we have seen here. Okay, now there are some issues which are concerned in the power electronics. Okay, so the first issue is nothing but we cannot meet the requirement of the load, because always all the time the load will get changed. Load in the sense the output, we cannot meet the requirement of the output all the time, because the load will be always sometimes fluctuating, sometimes constant. Okay, just to get the better gain is better output. Okay, the control of the load is necessary. Okay, the second thing is, how can I improve my efficiency, better efficiency? Okay, if I use this only power electronic devices, or if I go for power semiconductor devices, which is more better? Okay, the another issue what we can face here is how to realize the power conversion with less volume, less weight, less cost. Okay, because conversion is required all the time. Then the another concern here is how to reduce the negative influences of the other equipment in electric power system. Negative influences is nothing but if there is one system and there is one more other system. Okay, does that another system has the influence on the one system such that its operation, its mode of operation gets changed. Okay, so therefore, is there any impact of negative influence on the other equipment? Okay, so there are many other major issues and concerns are there in the field of power electronics, but those can be minimized, but cannot be completely neglected or completely removed from the power electronic field. Okay, and there are some major topics to study here in the field of power electronics is nothing but we can go for the appearance of the devices. Okay, how the devices should appear, its structure and its symbol. Okay, then physical of operation, then we have static characteristics. Okay, switching characteristics, specification, special issues are also there with power electronics, and whether the devices are from the same family or from transistor family, MOSFET family, FET family, JFET family, okay, diode family. Okay, so MOSFET family, IGBT family, a lot of device families are there with respect to the semiconductors. Okay, so these are some of the major devices are there. Okay, where we can go for the better study of these power electronic devices. Okay, so with this video lecture, I will be concluding this topic of power electronic converters and their applications. Okay, so in our future classes, okay, I will be going with in detail of those particular all the fundamentals of applications which we have studied in our today's topic. Okay, so in the next video lecture, I will be starting with the SCR, that is thyristor, that is family of thyristors. Okay, thank you.